All right, it is November 2nd, and this is the main grow house. Everything here is in the ground. Just about every plant here has been grafted, except the ones that we're using for the control plants. And those are just regular old plants of the same type of tomato. So let's take a look. We dropped all of these plants that you see with these strings on them, like down there. They're still attached to the plants. Some of them in the other end we strung back up, but for the most part we're just going to let them ripen on the ground. Kind of got an embarrassment of riches. These plants here produce terribly in the summer. Didn't do well at all. Had a lot of pests, blossom end rot, and now that we're later on in the year, a lot of that's gone away. You can see blush tomatoes on the ground. We'll come along and pick these in a day or two because we've just been swarmed over in the grow bag tunnel. Those things, particularly the BHN 589s, which is what this particular row is. And they've got nice tomatoes, just like over yonder, but they're not nearly as big, not nearly as healthy looking as the ones in the grow bags. Haven't produced like the ones in the grow bags. Could be a lot of reasons for that. Maybe more nutrients. This also, if you recall, all the compost that I put in here was tainted and it stunted the growth of these guys. So anyway, they're still putting on. They probably will till it freezes. Here's a nice tomato, just like the ones over there in the grow bags, about a palm full. And these over here, the Big Dinas. The Big Dinas put on big tomatoes. This one right here will be picked probably the day after tomorrow. Over here, these are the control plants. These are non-grafted. But still, all of these, I have to watch what I'm doing, I'm gonna trip. All these tomatoes are excellent varieties to grow under plastic. Over there, you've got Red Mountains. They've been great. Right here in the middle has been Red Deuce. They're about picked out. These are Big Dinas, and they take work because you have to string them up like this. Most of them have been lowered and leaned, like this one that goes all the way down here to this tomato right here, and that is the mother tomato that has spawned this stalk right here that goes up and has spawned another one. And over here, pretty much the same way. If you plant grafted Big Dinas like this, you can actually probably get 3 to 4 plants out of each one, at minimum 2. Wherever you want to split the stalks, and I did a lot of this year because I was afraid we weren't going to get anything out of these tomatoes, but they responded well. Stalk size here is very healthy. Okay, that's probably about 1.5 inches across. Some of the grow bags are 2.5 inches across. So it's going to be very interesting to kind of see at the end of the whole thing how grow bags versus in the ground compares on this grafted study. And this row's about kaput. You can see a couple on the ground here. These are just getting going. This is just, even though it's green, it is a beautiful tomato. Absolutely beautiful. And these put on a lot. You can tell on the ground they're still great, and they're still growing. They're still getting bigger. It's been a fascinating experience in this whole journey, just to keep all these things alive in a record heat year for Oklahoma. Had spider mites love heat, It was a constant battle on them. There's still some at the bottom of these things, but not much. One thing we didn't have a lot of is fungal issues because it was too damn hot for it. But there were plenty of other things to worry about, and mainly is just keeping the things alive so that when it cooled off, they could come back, and they did. So we've still got about 2 weeks left in this study or more, because I won't quit till the big bad freeze hits. No telling when that is, but it'll take a big freeze to hit these, probably in the 20s, low 20s. This one survived a 27 degree. All these plants on the edge were not covered that are standing up. The only ones that were with this cover right here were the ones I laid down. So anyway, that is it. November 2nd in the High Tunnel OSU grafted tomato experience. It continues. We'll keep you up to date.